up and welcome back to another episode of Next Door Conversations with me, Amara. On today's episode, I am pissed. I am very pissed and I have a lot to get off my chest because this news that's coming out of Nigeria is very heartbreaking. It's coming out of the southeast. The southeast is very, very heartbreaking. And I just feel like it's about time we have this discussion on homosexuality and rampant homophobia in this country. Yeah. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Amara and this is Next Door Conversations, my podcast where I talk about trending news, viral content, what's happening on social media and in the world at large. If you like what you're listening to, make sure that you're following the podcast. Ring the notification bell so every time I drop an episode, you get a notification. And also don't forget to share this with a friend because I'm sure there's someone in your circle of friends that's interested in topics as these. And without much yapping, let's get straight into today's episode. So, let me just tell you the news because I'm sure you've heard of it, or maybe you didn't hear of it, maybe you just glanced over it, maybe you have no idea about it. There's this gay Nigerian man by the name of Hilary Ikechukwu Emerole, and he is dead. He is dead because he was lured from Owerri to Port Harcourt, violently attacked, robbed, and thrown from a 2-story building because he is gay. Now, he fought for his life in the hospital, but unfortunately, he passed on. What was actually very shocking to me about this news, because I had no idea this even happened, and that's basically how things go, right, in this Nigeria. Like, a tragedy happens, and there are so many tragedies on top that tragedy that everything just gets muddled. No one really is following what is happening because you hear about there's a bomb blast here, or bandits have attacked this village, or something is happening in somewhere. These ones have been kidnapped. These ones are asking for ransom. I know one of the stories that really took over news headlines was the story of the 2 brothers that were kidnapped. One was killed, the other was set free. The other one was a doctor, and while he was going to get his wound dressing at the hospital, he saw the people that kidnapped and killed his brother. Like, that was a huge one. Must have covered the news cycle. But what brought this story to the forefront was actually what happened after Hilary passed on. So following his death, you won't even believe, an angry mob actually invaded his funeral and began to celebrate his death. You can go on X and you'll see the video of people gathered and they are singing, they are chanting, they are playing instruments and everything, and they're happy. They're happy that this man has died because he's gay. This man was killed. Let's not even say he has died. He was killed. It really caused a lot of uproar on social media. People were reacting because I guess the story has kind of died down right now. But when it did happen, a lot of people were commenting online, talking about the homophobia, the rampant homophobia that is in the southeastern part of the country. In my mind, all I could think about is just his family. Because it's one thing to kill someone, and it's a step further to actually attend this person's funeral and gloat about it, and gloat about the fact that he's dead in front of his parents, in front of the people that raised him, in front of everyone that's probably ever loved him while he was a part of the living. My heart really broke for them because I do know personally what it means to lose someone that you love, the pain, the grief that you feel. And so to feel that, and in that particular moment, the one day when you're supposed to have this person rest in peace, people are gathered and they are making a mockery of his entire being. And it goes to show that homophobia has become, why am I saying become? Homophobia is a huge problem in this country. It is a huge, I can remember being 16, 15 years old and reading in the news, seeing on Facebook, on social media, on to go, about how they are burning and lynching young Nigerian men because they are same-sex attracted, how these people are being locked up, these particular people are being treated horribly because they present in an effeminate way. For as long as I have lived, it has never made sense to me why I, as a heterosexual human being, have every right to express myself freely, to love who I love, to get married to who I want to get married to live with who I want to live with. I have all these rights, but because someone is attracted to a person of the same sex, I'm not talking about underage minor people, because that one too is an issue that we have. That one's an issue, but I'm talking about 2 consenting adult individuals who love each other, who want to do life together. Why don't they have the rights to do this? Why is it that the concept of this is so disgusting to the average Nigerian that they literally seek out these individuals, attack them, maim them, kill them, and torture them. And I understand that it's a whole countrywide issue, the Same-Sex Marriage Prohibition Act. If you don't know what that is, it's this law that was signed in by Goodluck Jonathan, which is quite unfortunate because I actually really liked Goodluck Jonathan. But that one thing, amongst many others actually, but that one particular one is it's one thing that he did that has really dealt a huge blow to the LGBTQ community in Nigeria. So this Same-Sex Marriage Prohibition Act criminalizes same-sex marriage, criminalizes Nigerian civil unions between the same-sex attracted people. Even the mere display of affection, you can enter prison because of it. It bans the registration, the operation, or the support of gay clubs, gay societies, gay organizations. It's a really horrible thing. People can be sentenced for as much as 14 years in prison because of this law. And in the north where there's Sharia in some places, the punishment is much more severe. And so yes, I understand that it's a countrywide issue, but in the Southeast, as someone who has spent quite some time, almost a decade, in the Southeast and the South as well, that region, the level of homophobia there is actually very insane. Like, it's to the point of getting physical. It's like the worst place after probably the North where Sharia is practiced. It's like the second worst place for you to be a same-sex attracted individual and to be open about it. From this same Southeast, you hear people say things like, oh, people from those bandits are barbarians, people that are up north that are killing people in the name of religion, in the name of Allah, that they are killing Christians and that it's horrible. And it's like, look at who is talking. It's in this part of the world where, you're killing people because they're same-sex attracted. Who is to say that you are any better than those people up there that are killing in the name of God? At least those people self are killing in the name of the God that they believe. You're just killing for the fun of it. You're just killing because you feel like these people don't deserve to live. And so, yeah, the truth is that the cowards that killed Hillary, the cowards that continuously go after people of the LGBTQ community in Nigeria, they are no better than those people up there, up north, that are killing in the name of their God. And so I feel like we have come to a point in our society where we must decide that this is unacceptable. Homophobia is unacceptable. Yes, we have homophobic laws, and it's very unfortunate that we are in this position. And I do hope that we get someone up there that is willing to say no, to cancel the existence of this SSMPA or whatever, and to uphold everyone's fundamental human rights as a human being. We need to stand as a society and say, no, anyone, no matter what religion, what race, what sexual orientation, what tribe, every single person that exists is deserving of having life, the dignity of living, the dignity of existing and being and expressing themselves in the way that they see fit, so long as it does not cause harm to others. Because the truth is, it's either everybody gets it or nobody gets it. Because tomorrow they could wake up and say this particular ethnic group does not deserve this because they are backward or whatever, or this particular religion does not deserve this because we don't like what they do. No, absolutely no. And I know that the LGBTQ community is not having the best public relations right now. I know with the whole Ezra scandal, people are very skeptical about, people who are same-sex attracted. Myself, I think that should not even be a marker of whatever. Like, it should have no bearing in how we decide to treat our fellow human beings. Ezra is one individual, and those tweets were from literally a decade ago. I'm not excusing it. I'm not excusing his behavior or whatever he did or did not do. I'm not in support of bestiality in any way or pedophilia. But what I'm trying to get at is these are ordinary, everyday people. They are no different from you and I. I am telling you, go out there and actually make friends. Talk to people who are different from you. They may not openly tell you that they are this way, or maybe they will. But once you actually do get to meet these people, you realize they're everyday people like you and me. They fart, they smile, they laugh, they live, they want to love, they dream to do things greater than, what they are doing. They want to have a good education. They want to be able to go out freely and express themselves the way that they do. And I'm saying this as a Christian, literally upcoming Catholic. The wickedness has to stop. The wickedness really has to stop. Irony is that so many Nigerians are clamoring to go to societies where LGBTQ people are respected, where they even form parts of government. They are the superstars in those countries. They're in their movies, they're in the music, they're in this, they're everywhere, they're respected, they're parts of the society has accepted that they are there, given them the rights that they should have always had. They're thriving, contributing members of society. And so you're clamoring to get, passports, to get citizenships in these countries. But in your own home country, you don't want to see that replicated. You don't want to see the people of that community in your country thriving. You don't want to see them outside. You don't want to see them in loving relationships. You don't want to see them free. Rather, you sit and watch as they are being killed, as they are being lynched. For almost a decade now, I can say that I have seen this constantly happen. It's sad. It's a mental disease. Homophobia is a mental disease. And I really think that if you are homophobic, you really need to figure out, do some psychoanalysis, go and see a shrink and find out what exactly it is about people who are not you, like literally engaging in loving relationships, loving people of the same sex. What about that affects you and disturbs you so much that you would rather live in a society where they are being locked up in prisons, where they are being killed, burnt alive, and people are even going to their funerals and laughing and celebrating their death? What about that disturbs you so much? You are mentally flawed. I honestly think there's something mentally wrong with you if you think in this way. And I just have to say, I know Gen Z is a very liberal generation, and a lot of Gen Z Nigerians are actually on board with the idea of like LGBTQ people having the full rights that they deserve, and I'm so proud of us on that front. But there's still a lot that we need to learn, especially those ones that are a little bit far from the social media space, those ones that are perhaps more traditional, perhaps not as tech savvy, those that are not so informed on all these social issues. There's still some discussions to be had on that front. But for the most part, I would say our generation is very welcoming. I just can't wait to see when we do get our opportunity to lead. And we'll make those changes. This SSMPA Kini, I see SSPA, whatever the flip it is, it needs to be scrapped. Okay, if at best, let it be neutral ground, let it be not written in law, anything. Keep gay people out of the law. That's all I'm saying. And I'm straight. Please, before anybody listens to this and thinks, oh, Amara she's probably saying this and advocating this because she's in it. Even if I was, I will tell you the truth that I'm not. Okay, I am straight. I know I'm straight. I'm a heterosexual woman, but I have made a lot of friends of this community. I do know a lot of people in this community. Some of my favorite musicians, some of my favorite authors, some of the people that inspire me the most are from this community. And so yeah, that's basically all I have to say on this topic. You let me know your thoughts as always on social media at Amara Next Door, at nextdoorpod_. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.